Hey, welcome back to the Atlanta Challenger. We're here at the co-ed finals, and I'm Christian Minute, and I'm with
Allie Foster.
Yep. So, Allie, the Becca Graham and Max Modell are in the finals.
Yeah.
Can you please tell how they got here?
So we played them in semis shortly a while ago, and we were, I think, 12-10 in the first game, and Coleman went to hit a really good righty wrap, and when he came down, he landed on his hands to catch himself and broke his finger. And the trainer told him basically not to play. He put a whole wrap around his hand, so basically it looked like an oven mitt, and then he was like, if you hurt it again, your bone might go through your skin, so you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, it's probably a safe bet to forfeit.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have Becca Graham and Max Modell versus Olivia and Will, as we just saw, who played Sarah and Joe. So it'll be a pretty exciting series. If Will's lefties like it was, it's going to be a challenge for Max and Becca.
Definitely. Will's, and having his left and his right, he's very hard to receive, and his balls don't only just fast, they go super wide. And knowing he has almost everything in his bag, very hard to play against.
Yeah. But they did unfortunately make a few hitting errors, and Max Modell is a defensive maniac, so he will eat those up if they do that again.
They were playing really well against us. It was super tight, and Max is also being a lefty. He's a little bit more difficult to receive. And Becca's also super solid. She has really good serve receive and clean hitting, so I think it'll be interesting to see who just out airs the other. But
it'll be a good game. The observers are getting ready, and we should be on the way in just a moment.
Figuring out who's observing. Oh.
Allie, you played, like you said, you played all through semis, or up until semis,
yeah,
until the forfeit. So what was your quarters matchup like?
Our quarters was against Allie J and Braden, and it was honestly a pretty tough game. We knew it was going to be tough because Allie's just a super solid women's player, and Braden is also very good, and I never played him before. He's a really big lefty, and receiving him was definitely a challenge. It was probably the hardest person to receive against today.
I lost to them in the round of 16, and they are insane. You give Braden enough time to swing, he's going to ace you.
Oh, yeah.
His ball goes so wide and so fast, and then Allie is just Allie, and she'll get breaks.
They were super consistent, too. So Coleman served really well, which was what won us the game, because it was back and forth the entire time. And Braden not only has a really good left, he was hitting reverses and drops, and me and Coleman both wore tennis shoes. So it was a tough time, but we won it too. And then earlier we played Polk and Audrey Summers in the quarterfinals. They were super impressive too. I haven't played them since 2019 when they were super young.
Oh wow!
So it was cool to see how much they improved.
Say nice things about me, friend.
Nice things only.
Livy's trying to pay us off.
Yeah, the childhood friendship is coming into play.
Yep.
All these people though, very hard to say anything bad about them.
It is extremely hard. But looks like Will has the ball in his hands, and he will be starting to serve in just a minute. Max Modell to receive. This is a challenge. They've played several times this year so far and several times in the past. So
team chemistry is super important, especially in co-ed.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the make or break. It's the difference between finals and a quarters appearance. Will fires off a righty to start.
Hey, what I tell you, Max? What I tell you, you will get it.
So the crowd has been super involved today.
Yeah, the crowd has been going in on everyone. Not always they're favoriting a couple teams and not favoriting a couple players, and that's, makes it fun.
Kind of typical, but,
yeah.
Well, I guess not. Spikeball is usually a very loving community, I would say. But I think they were talking that they wanted to bring more, fan involvement.
Fan involvement.
Yeah.
And they've upped it today, and I kind of like it to an extent.
It brings a lot more, they can get more involved. They can feel like
Becca
they're more part of the game.
with a crazy touch,
wow.
soft touch, and Max puts it away. And we're going to have to see that again because that was just amazing.
There's a replay right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Becca puts on this great serve.
She kind of
And
snuck
she gets
behind Olivia there.
Yeah, Olivia does that great
set.
lefty wrap, and Max gets put.
At first I was skeptical about the set, and I forgot Max was lefty, so it ended up being a dime. But
that was a great break to start the game. Now 2-0, Becca serving. She's going to step out right. Oh, does an instep. Gives Will a little trouble. And Will does a great push. That is beautiful. They had the righty flick covered, and he went the opposite direction. a way you didn't think you could go.
The walkthrough hit is very satisfying to watch, in my opinion. Wow,
Olivia
what a great
fires
serve.
a serve, but what a recovery set. And
Oh,
a soft
good serve
touch.
from Will.
Oh, and he just puts it off the net towards Olivia, so that is a very difficult hit to
A little bit
convert.
of a jam there.
Yep. And she tried her best. She was swinging for the point, not just a put on, and I have to respect that.
Especially when you're playing against such good defenders. Dropping it on is not going to get
Oh,
you
yeah.
anywhere.
You typically lose the point in 3 more touches. Max Modell lipped that over Olivia's head, so now it will be second serve, 3-1. Wow! Max does opposite hand toss.
Olivia might be calling a
She's trying to
foot
call
fault,
side
or-
pocket, it looked like to me. The observer
They're calling
ruled
clean.
clean. So there's now 4-1.
Yeah, couldn't see that angle at all. But
I personally did not know Max had that in his bag. That was very good.
that was a righty, right?
Yep, it was opposite hand tossed righty, and that was very low and quick.
Maybe he's learning some new tricks from Gabe. Oh, that's good.
Oh, yep. Wow, I thought we were about to see another break. So this is quite the opposite of how Game 2 of the semifinals started.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch.
Oh, yeah.
They played them earlier in pool play today, and I think Sarah's Laundry, that was their team name.
Mhm.
They ended up winning, actually.
Yeah,
so that was a
huge.
good
It was
game
like
for them.
21-14 win
Yeah.
in pool play.
So that was a good win for them to come back in the semis.
Yeah,
especially.
they got to adjust really quickly. And then Will got to fire his serves. He got his turn.
Oh, yeah. When Will goes on a roll, it's hard to stop him.
It's scary. 2-4 now,
2-4.
second serve. Wow, and he
Good
fires a
serve.
great righty cut. And honestly, I feel like Max was there. He just kind of missed
Yeah,
it. But that was,
rolled off the
again, a great
fingertips.
serve.
You got me here.
3-4. This
Closing
is
the gap.
this is Will's first time serving to Becca.
Oh, am I behind?
Yeah.
Possibly? Okay, yeah.
Upstairs, throw up the finger. Come on. In the attic.
Few hecklers in the
Upstairs,
crowd.
as the crowd was calling at. Wow, and Will's lefty. That looked effortless.
Gotta
That
get a
looked
replay on that for sure.
effortless.
Oh, hold him off. I don't think they see you, Andrew.
Steps back out.
Another good
Max
serve
with a
from
great
Will.
receive. Oh, and it was to his right hand, a
Offset,
little
yeah.
off net, but and he just couldn't make that hit happen. But I feel like Max has that.
Yeah, I think it caught him off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a jam set, especially on the off net hit with your opposite hand.
Yeah.
Pretty difficult.
With Will's ability to serve, I feel like that is a break you cannot give up moving forward.
Way to stay down, Becca. Come on.
There's now 5-4 second serve now. He steps out left again. Few fakes in there, and he does
And
it
another left.
again. Oh my goodness, 6-4 now. Will hits identical aces back to back on Becca. And this is the one we saw moments ago back at, this was the first lefty ace he had on Becca. And that ball did not go above her hip. That is incredible.
Will is a great co-ed player. I've played with him twice before, and his serving pressure is just super important. And being able to ace with both the guy and the girl is crucial.
Consistently.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, and he got a bit of that one, missing the net, but he's feeling it. He's starting to feel it now. It's now 6-4 second serve. Will's going to step out left. He's been favoriting the step out left all day. Max with a great receive. Becca with the set.
Another like push almost into his body. It's just hard for him to get with his right. And then Will up to serve again. He's going on a huge run here.
Yep.
Another lefty.
Oh, what a
Becca
receive
got
by
good
Becca.
hand. Great
What an
left.
effortlessly put away. Now that was a great lefty pull by Becca.
Becca is great at using both hands on hitting. She's very difficult to read.
That was very good. Great receive too.
Good low serve.
Great chain. Oh, and Will backhands it. Becca was she was there for the push, but not quite the backhand. That's the right shot to take in that situation. Great set by Olivia for that.
They're up 8-5.
Olivia really ripped that one. Didn't get quite the hand contact she wanted, so it went right underneath the net. And then missed a little
Max
high
up
on
to
that
serve?
one. Yes, yeah. 6-8 now. Max is down a couple. We'll see what he can do. Long game, though. It's early, especially for a guy like Max. He likes to pull out those late defensive breaks.
He had some on us in our first few points of our game, and we're like, oh, Max chases things down.
He never gets tired. He loves to run. He lifts that serve over Olivia. Now it's going to be 9-6 now.
Having
Will
the
serving.
Will back, yeah.
Will serving to Becca. She's going to have to work for this hold. And she's jumping all over the place. And there it is again. Another lefty.
It just cuts so much.
It is so fast and so low. And if you bite one time, either direction, he's got you.
Receiving well is, you know, I typically try to stay super plain.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Maybe rim? Or no,
Clean.
they
The
called
observers
clean. Yeah.
ruled clean. That was a
That was great.
great jam.
Replay.
So as you can see, Will fakes a couple times. Max was fully expecting a cut, and Will reversed it on that. That was beautiful. Here we go now, 11-6. Will is starting to do exactly what he did last game, pull away one by one. And he gets it again.
left.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't
The lefty
tell.
is
Wow.
automatic right now.
I think Becca was a little bit on that one. She's like, well, if he hits it again, you know.
Yeah, if
I'll
he hits
give
it, he hits it. You, at some point, you've
Not
got to
much you
start
can
diving
do.
for him. We'll see if he can do it again to Max. And he goes quick for a righty cut, but just clips front rim, so he'll be second serve now. He goes 12-6 second, steps out left. Max slips,
Oh, wow. Oh, he's
gets
there.
the serve receive. Wow, Olivia with the touch. Oh,
That was a quick play.
very quick play. Olivia almost had an insane touch on that play.
Christian, as a lefty, do you find receiving Will difficult, or do you?
As a lefty, I don't find him. I find him difficult just not because of that.
Okay.
He is very difficult to receive. It doesn't really help being a lefty. But personally, just beefing back and forth with each other, that helps. Mental game helps.
Or to reiterate, what about against Max, another lefty? Does that make it easier?
No, I think it's harder.
Okay.
I don't. So most lefties can agree with this. We don't get the same amount of lefty reps as everyone in our pickup group or
Okay,
whatever. So
yeah.
our footwork's a little off.
Olivia with a left. Can I play that?
Max chooses to play it, and they put it away. No hit zone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the observer.
Is that Noah's call on the other side? Or I guess you could see that.
That was
angle.
no.
Yeah.
He made the call. It looks like she walked through it almost.
Okay.
Maybe not been in it, but
Yeah.
took off from there.
14-7.
Great serve from Livy.
It is
Oh,
14-7.
wow, what a
Olivia with the
touch.
touch, and Will's
yeah.
not there. He didn't quite trust her. He was running for the push, and Max pulled it right into Olivia.
It's 14-8 now.
Okay, here we go. Max just play step out left. Yep.
Good receive.
Olivia with a
Another
great
lefty.
lefty pull.
So many lefties.
All four of these players in there are lefties in my mind right now. It's been great.
At pickup, that's the majority of what we work on is lefty serve, so. Becca is also using her lefty in our game earlier.
Yeah, it's very impressive to see everyone how confident they are with their left hand. Will now to serve, 15-8 second. He just missed that lefty take out of a stance we haven't seen yet this game. And he fires a quick righty cut into the front rim. So Becca's serve, 9-15 now. If you want to win this game, it needs to start soon.
Yeah, definitely. Don't have a whole lot of time left. At least
And
give him-
there's a great
wow.
swing.
Another
Oh, and
lefty.
Will has a great lefty pull.
That was a great receive, but the serve was super impressive.
That was a very great serve. You know, at some point, that's all you can do. You know, you're hitting your best serves. You're in the right position because Will is right-handed. You know, you're in the right spots for the right-handed pull and push. But then he uses his left hand.
They might be able to use that to gain some momentum for next game.
Oh,
wow.
left to set a little short, and they got lucky there. Max and Becca got a little lucky.
Pretty quick play.
10-16 now. Expect to see some big swings for Max here. Oh. He's getting in a rhythm on those fakes. They're looking good. Max chooses to not wear cleats today. Stay in tennis shoes all day.
Yeah. That was something that we were wearing tennis shoes in our game too, but his were Vans, and he received one time.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
what
wow.
a touch by Max. And he finds the net, and Olivia's there.
Wow.
Oh!
What a rally.
My goodness, what a rally. They're having to work twice to get that hold. What a get.
That was
What a
great
set by
off-net
Becca.
hit.
And then Olivia was in a great spot and it does a lefty
Good
put away. Insane rally. What a touch by Max. That's what I was looking for when he got into this finals.
I think are both pretty well known for their defensive plays.
Oh, for sure. And it's so much fun to watch. Second serve now. 17-10. Commanding lead for Olivia and Will right now. And Will finds the rim. He's gone a little cold his past couple times.
Slowing
but
down a little bit, but they have a pretty good cushion, so it's easy to get comfortable.
Yes, it is. Yeah, well, I would love to see him step on that gas a little bit harder because I love it.
Ooh, great
Oh,
swing.
Becca with the fakes on Will. The crowd is saying Will is shaking, if you couldn't hear that. Becca swings big, but just comes up a little short, double fault. Now we'll be back to Olivia, 18-11. She goes quick lefty, Max with a great receive. And a nice flick.
Just split the defense there.
Yeah, that was perfect.
They're starting to get more clean, I think, and in a rhythm.
Yeah, they're starting to hold. I think, you know, they were down several to start, and now they're not really breaking, but they're not giving any up. This could set up for a really nice game too. Oh, just so close to making that touch. Olivia with a great put away. You know, trying to finish this game strong. Will to serve now, 19-12. He steps out left. He's going to fake a couple times, and he goes left. Ball lips right over Becca's head, and she
Becca
wanted
wants
it.
to play
She
that,
wanted
yeah.
it.
That's a smart move.
I mean, that's
if
a
you can.
veteran move. You know, you're getting beat both directions with both hands.
Especially when he's still going for it on his second.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a good opportunity, you should probably take it.
I don't hate that take at all. Goes quick, right. High call is made. Serve was so close, just a little high. Here comes Becca. I would love to see them get more of a defensive groove right here,
Yeah.
especially to build momentum for game 2. But not counting them out for
No,
this game.
definitely not. I think they just need to be able to return Will a few times and gain that confidence.
Oh, and a
Bam.
setting error from Olivia Jenki. And now, hey, that's a break, 14-19. You know, we'll see what they can do here. Oh, 14-19, Becca steps out, rips it. Wow, she was going
swinging
for
hard,
that cut.
yeah. Becca is a sneaky server because a lot of times she will just rip one on you 2 feet wide and you don't see it coming.
That ball
Is that
clips
rim?
front rim,
Okay.
yes, yeah. It's point 14 now, Olivia to serve. Yeah, Becca kind of like tends to do like more of a softer serve, so like when she decides to rip one, it can just get blown right past you.
See if Olivia goes for it on her second here. I'm curious to see.
I would
Game
like,
point.
I imagine a drop is coming. Oh wow, she
Okay,
swings
good put
for it.
on.
Great flick. That was a very good in-system play. 15-20 now. Max just needs 5, little less than what Joe needed in the semis. We'll see what he can do. Oh, and he had it wide open. He got Will with the fakes. Will had no respect
He hit that
for
really
him.
good righty earlier, so it's interesting to see him pull it out now.
When you're down a few, you got to get in the bag. Will with the great play.
Great
And that's
put away.
game 1. Great hold. That was game
Hugs
1.
all around, even though it's only game 1.
That was game 1. 15-20 going to Olivia and Will. You can see Max hit a pretty solid second serve, and Will just happened to eat it and put it right away.
I don't think there's been all too much double faulting this series, which is
No, a very high serve percentage
Yeah.
and high percentage serving, like good serves.
yeah, definitely.
And,
They're not just dinking it on in their second one, which I think is really effective in co-ed, honestly.
No, I think so.
And especially if you're gunning for defense.
All right, and game 1 just wrapped up, so we'll be back in about 2 minutes, but please stay tuned. All right, and we are back, getting ready to start game 2. Allie, what would you like to see more in this game?
I think I would like to see it just a little bit of a closer game because it tends to have more defensive touches and rallies, which I think
Yep.
is always so fun in co-ed. And all these players are like just athletes. So I think having either more defensive touches, more rallies, I think it'll
Yeah,
get
we're
the
ready.
crowd
We're
back
ready, right?
into it too.
Good to go.
Oh, I totally agree. I would personally like to see Max and Becca receive Will's lefty as he steps
Yeah.
out right now,
And Max
fakes
is
it a
there
couple
for it.
times,
Might play that.
faults the serve, but they choose to play it. It just lips up above their head.
Pretty insistent.
Nice decision there.
Looks like Max was sitting on the lefty for that one.
Yeah,
just like you said.
you do not want Will to serve twice if he doesn't have to, so good decision to play that fault serve. 1-0 now, Becca's serving.
Play that too.
Oh,
Good
just
walk through
clipped
hit.
Max. Olivia has that walk through hit dialed. It's so hard because
Looks
when you're
nice.
playing defense, you have to get out of the hitter's way and also try to get the touch. So
Yeah.
it's,
There was actually an incident in women's. Same situation happened yesterday. Katie Pearson did a walk through hit and ended up colliding with Jackie Yu. But
Oh.
it happens more than you think. It's kind of unavoidable at sometimes.
yeah. And sometimes you just got to redo it. But as of right now, I think it's the best. It's like the best hit in the game.
It's hard to read.
Wow,
Good
Olivia,
serve.
Max with the
What a
diving
dive-
set.
Oh.
Oh, off net lefty.
It's nice to see Max lay out. I don't think he's got the chance yet, but seeing
Yeah,
those
he
super
was
athletic
eager
dives.
to for sure.
Yeah, that was
Becca
a great
had
serve.
a very hard put on to make though, and it was can't blame her for missing an offhand
Yeah.
off net, but she did swing, and Olivia with a great serve to force that break. 2-1 now as she steps out.
Another cut.
Wow, that ball was
It's a
spinning
little high.
just over Max's shoulder.
Olivia's also has a lot in her bag, so I think Will and her are a great team. They're very scary on service eve.
Wow, that was a great play. I almost thought that serve faulted, so that's why I thought he was catching it, and then they
Yeah.
played through just to be safe. You know, no
A little
problem
bit of a
with that.
hesitation.
Yeah. So it's 2-2 now, Max to serve. I'd like to see them get up early if they want to try to force a game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, first serve was rim. Almost looked very pretty, though. Second serve now. Great serve, but Olivia handles it just
Really good
fine.
put away.
Maxon.
You got this. You got this.
Max and Becca are getting so close to getting these touches, but they just cannot quite get there.
They're in this
Oh
game.
my
Is it
goodness.
gonna be rim?
I thought that was clean for a moment. That was rim. Yeah, Will now second serve.
Wow.
And he hits
Oh my
a beautiful righty cut. Oh my
That
goodness.
was amazing.
And he chases after his ball. He's filling it
He
now.
wants that ball, the ace ball.
It's so hard because he has that lefty. You have to sit on it, and you have to give him
You
his
have to respect
dominant
it.
hand. Ugh, it's a nightmare. 4-2 now. Continues to step out left. Doesn't get the connection he wants on that. Goes right underneath the net. Second serve.
I wish you made that. I was shaking. What was it? 4-2.
4-2 second. Here we go. Steps out left. Faking a handful. Max
Oh, wow.
isn't giving him
Great
anything.
receive.
Olivia with the
good
touch in the
time.
set. Oh my goodness, what an on!
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Will with the
Oh,
soft,
wow.
and he just can't make it happen.
That was a great on.
Wow, that was an insane rally.
Either replay on
Olivia
that was so
Hill with the
fast.
crazy on,
Workout.
and then Max gets it away. Off net, but he still gets a very good swing on it.
What do you think about the end of that rally there, Will's defense? Do you think on those kind of type of rallies, body or off-net defense is better move?
I think it's
hard
so
to tell.
hard when you're late into a rally like that. You get stressful and a little tired, so you may just want to throw a body. But I feel like off net would have been the better situation. Maybe get a hand on it instead
Out
of
of
a
system
body.
setting usually leads to either dropping or
And Olivia rims that hit off of
Max, you forced that.
little messed up the serve return, and that set up that error
it's a little bit of a
because Will couldn't quite make the recovery set he needed. Now this game is back tied, 4s. Becca steps out, swings for everything there, right over Will's head. Quick serve, fourth
Put on.
second. Oh, and Max tries
Becca
to
tries to
stab,
go
and
for it.
Becca's gonna run after it. She'll show Max that she can do it too.
It's impressive that so many people in the game before, Sarah in the semi is just running everything down. That having that much energy on Sunday is really hard.
It's insane because all 4 of these players played yesterday and pretty deep into it.
Yeah.
And now they're back here today. Another long day around net. Will said going into the weekend that it was a double pitcher weekend from him, and now he's 16 points away
Wow.
from making it happen.
That's exciting.
Oh, Olivia gets
fast
a quick
touch.
body, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Now it'll be 5-5 Max's serve.
Wonder what the future holds for Airbuds after our semis. It'll be interesting to see.
Oh, yeah. Rumor was Coleman may have to take 4 weeks off after breaking his fingers. That was what the number being thrown around by the trainer here today was.
We all heard it pop too.
Oh.
It's-
Max with a quick fake does a drop. Oh, they're so there, but they can't. Olivia hits the
Splits the
perfect
defense,
gap. They gave them an inch and she hit it. Oh my goodness.
Hitting when there's two people crowding the net or like crashing with their bodies is really difficult, and it usually leads to like almost unforced errors, I guess. But the intimidation factor is real.
Oh my
God.
goodness. Will Picone
That was ridiculous.
may have hit the best righty serve of the day.
Can you get that?
Oh,
And he
that was
wants
so
ball back.
wide.
That was so good.
It's
Last
so low.
game he went strictly lefties on Becca to get her to stand over there, and now as you can see he's done 2 righties out of that same stance. And so he's pulling her far left and hitting a wide open righty, and he is hitting it.
He's going for it again.
Oh, and Max
Yeah,
just
a little bit
misses.
of a-
Oh,
there. Maybe
he's
high?
gonna call high, but observer calls clean.
Looks like it just rolled on his fingertips. It's
I would.
happens more
Now,
than you think.
8-5 now with back-to-back beautiful serves. Becca not really giving him anything. Oh my goodness! And
Will
here
is getting
comes
the ball
Will
again.
running for the ball after hitting a beautiful righty.
I think that one might have been better than the last one.
I would have to agree. Look at this face. Becca's not giving him a thing. She's so there. She did it so right. But the
almost
ball's
at-
just not bouncing because he's doing something
It's
different.
almost at knee level, which is so hard to receive.
Oh, you look like that trying to receive it. It's so
Oh.
hard. 9-5 now. He's going to step out left. And there's the right hand. Max is sliding
Good
a
stop
bit.
by Rule. Would you say height is an advantage or disadvantage on serve receive?
It's hard. With ambi servers, a disadvantage. Because people like Will can wreck you.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Another good serve. Received well.
Oh
Lefty.
my goodness. Max dives and Will dives with him to try to get the touch. A little chaotic around the net, but that's a point for Max and Becca. Becca now to serve 6-9, game 2. Pump
Was her
fakes a
fake?
few times.
Wow,
Wow,
very
what
low.
a serve. And a hitting error from Olivia.
A little bit of a off-net set, but
I wonder if that was
not-
the little bit of the set and also the defensive presence because Max and Becca were there for both hits that she had.
blocking off a lot of angles there, and that's hard, especially when you're going for a high hit like that.
Yeah.
Not having every angle that you can.
Yeah, they really had to force. She really was forced to hit like the best shot. May have gotten into her head a little bit. 7-9 now. Becca steps out left, holding the ball out there.
Same hand toss.
She goes for it. You love to see it. Second serve now. In-step jam. Oh, and the body up. Oh, but Max runs behind.
We saw that happen with Livy and Will earlier, and sometimes it's so hard playing defense because you're running where you're thinking it's going, and your partner gets a great touch that you're not expecting.
Yeah, slight miscommunication can cost huge points. And Olivia does an offhand drop. Doesn't quite make it to the net, but the take was beautiful.
She went for it on that one.
Oh yeah, that was a little grunt out of her when she swung there. It's now 8-10.
Oh,
Max hits a
been
wide
high.
lefty.
it's pretty close.
The observers are kind of just looking at each other. The observer calls high.
Seems as though it wasn't much of a question for them.
Yeah, it almost looked confused. They weren't ready to make the call.
Yeah.
Because they didn't realize they were getting called to. Oh, what a serve from Max.
Is it a reverse or
It
jam?
was a reverse, and Olivia just misses the net. She had too many options and just pulled it away from it,
She went for the little cheeky drop.
like she's famous for. 9-10 now with that break. Max has an instep. Will he go right? Oh.
Play that.
Oh, and Max was so close. Will with the great lefty pull just outpulled Max's defense. So now it'll be 11-9. Will serving to Becca.
They closed the gap a little bit here. Having the ball back
Oh,
in Will's
Will
hands
serving
is a
to
little
Max.
scary.
Sorry about that. Slightly better situation, but still so deadly. Faults to serve, but Max gets there to play
Good
it.
call to play that. Oh.
And he puts it away. Looks like Will
That
almost
hit
got the
Will,
touch
or
there.
I couldn't
Or
tell if
maybe
that
he
hit him
did.
or not, or if it just slipped.
If that didn't touch Will, that's a blown break opportunity because that ball went pretty high.
Back with the
Oh,
left
with the
again.
left, and she hits it. Oh, and
Great
Olivia
pull.
with the great pull. Almost 180 pulls that back
Yeah.
behind her.
Great footwork.
Very impressive.
Becca's lefty is good because it's just so low. And you don't always
So
have to
low.
have a lot of power with your offhand.
No, you don't, because if you just get people to bite just a little to your dominant side, it's usually an open hole. We have 12-10 now. She goes for the
Maybe with the
drop.
drop?
Oh, and it was just side pocket, turned in just slightly. Now it's 11-12, Max's serve. This is the closer game we wanted. Let's see if they can do something about it. Either team could do something about it to pull away.
I think Max is starting to look more confident on serving in this game.
They called that one bad, but Olivia thought about taking it on too.
There was the drop she coined.
The spinny backspin drop. Second serve. Great serve by
Good
Max.
receive.
Off net. Oh! And he can't get it to go up. It hits his body and goes right back down to the net. And that will be Will and Olivia's point.
2019, that's almost legal though.
Will's getting him to bite a few times. Gets top, gets front of the rim. It'll be second serve now. Max got to keep his feet on the ground. He kind of sliding around there for a bit. I wonder if it was the cleats or the fakes, which one it was.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and a great serve.
Decent
Becca with a
set.
great set. Oh, and it lifts right over Will.
Unfortunate pocket there on defense.
Unfortunate pocket. Or it was a smart pocket by Max.
Calculated.
It was an offhanded hit off net. Very impressive that he was able to put that away. That's a huge hold.
One thing I noticed playing Becca and Max, they're very analytical. They think about things way more than some people do that I play against, and I think it works well for them.
Oh, for sure. Oh, Becca
Good
goes
job.
for the drop. Olivia's there. Oh, with the touch, Max sets it.
Oh my-
And the set
oh,
goes on the
wow.
net, and Olivia puts it away again. Oh.
Wow.
And Becca can't quite get there the second
What
time.
an on.
Wow, Max shot it a bit too quick, but look at this replay. Becca with a great body. Goes right on the net. Olivia almost didn't see the ball.
Well, in Becca's mind, she probably didn't see Livy because she was right behind her, so she might have thought, well, was it the
That was going right
play?
off.
Yeah.
They're having to work hard for these holds much harder than they did in game one. And first serve of fault now. It is 14-13, I believe.
What a serve. Good receive
What a
as well.
receive.
And a touch.
And Olivia with the soft touch,
Oh,
and
wow.
Will with the disgusting drop. That was a
was a
beautiful
great
play. Absolutely beautiful. You
Very
see this great
smooth.
serve. Becca received it quite well, but then hit it right into Olivia.
Seeing a lot of fast soft touches this game.
Yo, for
or the whole
sure.
series.
Will made a great heads-up play. He saw Becca make a run for the ball, and he decided to drop it.
Max and his Vans
Oh.
getting dropped.
Olivia tries an offhand drop and would have had him. Great serve by Olivia. Sends Max a little off net, but to his
Great
left
put
hand,
away.
and that's a good spot. Max is partying with the crowd, having a good time. Down 13-15 game two, though.
No more games. Let's go. Max don't even need the call. Oh, he's still calling.
Here we go now.
I don't mind the new fan involvement. Bring some more excitement.
Yeah, I am enjoying this. This is a good crowd.
Might be
And
high.
Olivia looks like Olivia just got ace. They're going to observers.
That was very close. I honestly don't know.
Rich knows that was good.
Yep, they called high. Observers called high. It'll be second serve now.
Oh, you on the slope or what?
Max hesitates, hits a good serve. Olivia handles it quite well.
Great
Oh,
open.
and Max just missed it to the left of him.
That was a great hit by Livy because I think typically a righty pull on that is really easy, but she saw Becca sitting over there and having a good half of the core open.
Yeah, I didn't realize she had that much net to hit that perfect of a straight. It was very beautiful. 16-13 now. Bobbin faking, goes high. The crowd's loving the high serve from Will. It is now 16-13, second serve. Steps out. Whoop. Looks like a score fault, or misset the score, so he'll restep.
The new USAR standard sometimes gets people.
It gets tongue twisters. It messes up with some people.
Earlier, you call the score, and then you have to say service. And sometimes people either say yeah beforehand, or they don't say yeah at all, or you forget to say service.
Yeah, where they get stumbled on first and second and want to restep. Here they go now. Becca hits a great serve.
That was
Goes
wide.
Oh, dang. They're so close to getting another touch, but Will hits a great put away. Handles that hold very well.
I think there have been very, very few double faults in this game, which also adds just for better entertainment. But I think it's super impressive that everyone's putting their second serve on with a good amount of pace.
Oh, for sure. Very high serve percentage series. You wouldn't always expect that from some of the players at the net, but it has been very good. Max with a great put away. I would love to see Olivia take a little bit more of that and try to get that touch there.
I think off-net defense for them right now, because they're both going for the bodies, and then Max is just, I think he's starting to hit a lot higher.
Yeah, he knows what works against that. Max just can't really find his serve. He doesn't look too comfortable.
Going for the practice swing there.
Yeah, taking a few practice swings. This could be a good sign. 15-17 now, second serve. Wow, and he hits a great serve, but Olivia handles it.
And what a shot.
It was a great put away by Olivia. The step through worked perfect there.
It also adds a lot of angle to that shot.
And a little bit more power.
You got this.
8-5 now, 18-15 now, first serve. Oh my goodness, and Will hits a great righty cut. That is just unbelievable.
Possibility of a high call there, but I think Becca ducked down just a little too much.
Looked like a little bit. The observers real clean. They checked. They're playing with the crowd a bit. Will's getting comfortable. It's 19-15. Oh, he goes for it. Becca, wow, they chose to play that. And Will almost got the play.
That was bold.
That was almost immediate regret. That's not an easy set to make for Becca, or for anyone that Becca had to make. And they chose to play it, and it worked out. They got the hold. 16-19 now.
Sometimes playing those when the other team probably doesn't expect you to either is good.
Oh, Max with a great touch. Becca with the amazing set, and Olivia with the touch. Put away is unreal.
Those are both
that
great
is
touches.
Unbelievable. Max got a fantastic touch off Olivia's hit, and she said not today and gave it right back to him. Beautiful. And she hit the wide open righty pull. What a beautiful play. Point 16 now, championship point here in co-ed finals. And Olivia looks trying to look like Will Picone. They play it.
Oh, what a touch.
Oh my goodness. That was insane.
Olivia copying her partner there a little bit. Worked out well for her.
And they chose to play it, and they almost got the sick point to end it. Max now down 17-20, game 2. Here he goes. They've got 3 opportunities to hold here. Goes for the righty. It was a good take. It was pretty open. He hasn't hit it much, so Will's going to give it to him until he sees it at least once. Second serve now. And the double fault will do it. Great playing by Will and Olivia.
Yeah, that was a great series in the game there. And the crowd is, they're getting excited now.
So Will was right. He said it going into the weekend, and he proved it here. Double pitcher weekend.
Double pitchers. That's impressive.
Olivia and Will win it tonight. Win it today.
It was nice to see Becca and Max come back in the second series, though. I think after they saw some of Will's serves, they did a lot better at holding. And
much better.
A few more rallies that game, too, which was really fun to watch.
They looked a lot more confident. They felt much more strong around the net. Like, they were not afraid to receive him.
Yeah.
Game 1, they had a little bit of trouble, so they really cleaned it up and performed well. Serve received well.
Great ending there from Olivia and Will. They got a little bit of a lead and started getting comfortable on defense and serving. So.
Yeah. Will's righty and lefty cut, it's just so wide and so fast.
Played very clean, too.
Yep.
Very few errors. Getting a team picture already.
Moments after winning. All right, well, thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been the 2022 Atlanta Challenger Co-Ed Finals. And I'm Christian, and I'm here with
Allie.
All right, and stay tuned for next weekend in Philly.